The 1182nd plenary meeting of the General Assembly is called to order. The Assembly has before it document A/5322 containing a communication dated November 30, 1962 from the President of the Security Council addressed to the President of the General Assembly. It reads, quote, I have the honor to inform you that the Security Council at its 1026th meeting held in private on November 30, 1962 unanimously adopted the following resolution. The Security Council, having considered the question of the appointment of the Secretary General of the United Nations in accordance with Article 97 of the Charter, recommends to the General Assembly to appoint U Thant as Secretary General of the United Nations for a term expiring on November 3, 1966, unquote. In connection with this recommendation of the Security Council, the Assembly has before it a draft resolution in document A/L406 submitted jointly by Chile, Ghana, Ireland, Romania, the United Arab Republic and Venezuela. I invite the Assembly to take a decision on the draft resolution contained in document L406. This draft resolution proposes the appointment of His Excellency U Thant as Secretary General of the United Nations for a term of office expiring on 3rd November 1966. In accordance with Rule 142 of the Rules of Procedure, the vote on the draft resolution contained in document A/L406 will be by secret ballot. Ballot papers will be distributed. Those in favor of the draft resolution will write yes on their ballot paper. Only the word yes, no names. Those who are not in favor of the draft resolution will write the word no. I request the representatives of Mali and Norway to act as tellers and to come to the rostrum. The result of the ballot is as follows. In favor of the resolution, 109, against none, abstentions none. The draft resolution is adopted unanimously, and I have the honor to announce that His Excellency U Thant has been appointed Secretary General of the United Nations by the General Assembly for a term of office expiring on 3rd November 1966. For General Assembly Affairs to escort His Excellency U Thant to his seat on the podium. The General Assembly has appointed you as Secretary General of the United Nations for a term of office expiring on 3rd November 1966. Mr. Secretary General, it is for me a great pleasure and a great joy that I am in a position to be the first to express to you my warmest and most sincere congratulations for the renewed confidence that the General Assembly has placed in you in appointing you to the post of Secretary General of our organization. Having regard to the relationship that has for many years subsisted between you and me, I could have kept the Assembly for several minutes in giving expression to my great joy on this very happy occasion. But there are many who wish to express on their behalf and on behalf of their colleagues their equal joy and satisfaction. Part of what I said just over a year ago when you assumed the duties, your present duties as Acting Secretary General. I quote, "We wish to give expression to our sense of great relief and satisfaction that this great organization has once again a worthy chief at its head. This sense of relief and satisfaction is colored with deep rejoicing that the choice has fallen on U Thant, a man so dear to our hearts and fully deserving in every respect of our esteem and confidence." I wish to thank His Excellency for the address he has just made. The thoughts he has expressed will be given careful consideration by all the representatives here present. I shall now, with the Secretary General, accompany His Excellency from the hall. The meeting is suspended for the few minutes that I shall be absent until I return to the chair, when the Assembly will take up item 2 on the agenda. In favor of the draft resolution 74, opposed 3, abstentions 23. The draft resolution is adopted. This concludes the business committee to the 17th session of the Assembly. I beg your pardon. Explanation of votes after vote. I recognize the distinguished representative of the United Kingdom. I've been requested to give the floor to the distinguished representative of Yemen for a statement. This concludes the business that was committed. The Assembly had laid upon me the duty of either setting up a committee by nomination or of enlarging committees or a working group that were already in existence. I had decided not to take any action till the last of these resolutions was adopted, as I knew that there would be certain considerations of adjustment between groups and states with regard to the membership of these committees and the working group. Esteemed colleagues, the moment has come for me to render back to you the trust which you, in the generosity of your hearts and overlooking my many shortcomings, had committed into my hands a matter of 3 months ago. If I beg your indulgence to express the hope that you may receive this trust back undamaged and untarnished, I give no credit for it to myself.